What's up, my friends? So I'm gonna show you a little Jeep modification. That's just my mesh up there. I've got a radio down here that I've been trying to mount up here, as well as a gun rack. The gun rack part will come later on, but I've been trying to find a good way that doesn't cost hundreds of dollars to mount my radio just in front of the visor right here. So I had this idea. I was like, what if I run a bar from this part of the roll cage to that part? And here's what I've come up with. So I've got an aluminum bar. I believe that's a 3/4 inch inside dimension aluminum bar there. And you could use steel, whatever. I just didn't have enough steel sitting over there. So here's what I'm doing. I got this for about 12 bucks. It's gonna go in one side right there. I'm gonna take those washers out and put a washer up against that. That's a steel threaded rod. I made these little cups. I'm gonna weld one right there. Doesn't have to be super duper strong. It's not holding a ridiculous amount of weight. And then on the other side, I've got a piece of steel square tube that fits in there pretty snug. I'm gonna have another one welded to it. And if you look on the roll cage here, this fits perfectly. And what I'm gonna do, I just bent this out of some flat steel. What I'm gonna do is put a rubberized coating or material, like a foam material on the inside of that, just so it doesn't mess up the roll cage. And then I'm gonna mount my radio where I want. All right, I've got my pole right there. I've got the not greatest welds ever, but they're solid. It's just a rusty piece of steel. This fits decently snug into the end of that. And that's just a little over 1/16 inch thick. Then the bolt, my long stud here, is gonna fit in the other side. I actually cut those down a little bit so they don't go all the way around the roll cage. That's why I'm not tearing on nothing or anything like that. They're gonna go in between the roll bars. I'm gonna adjust those nuts and I'm gonna show it to you installed. All right, here we are in the Jeep. Here's the bar. You see it right there. It's not even snug yet. I actually had to trim it down to about 45 inches. And what I'm gonna do, you see why I trimmed this a little bit. I did smooth that out so it won't scratch the heck out of my roll cage. You could paint it, whatever floats your fancy there. This is just a American flag mesh net that I got up there. That way the sun isn't killer when I take the top off. Anywho, so I'm pushing it all the way up as far as it goes right there. And I'm gonna try to make sure we're pretty even here, which we are not. But as you can see, basically, you snug this up. I got 2 washers in there just to kind of create some type of brace or something. Once you snug that up where you want it, you lock that down. And now you've got a pretty solid bar that you can put some serious weight on. And in this case, I'm gonna be mounting, I'll probably just use some self-tappers at this point. I've got my ham radio right here. I'm gonna be mounting that right there. That way it's not in total view of my mirror. It's out of the way. And I could hang my mic up there too. I'll put a little nut or a self-tapper there to hang my mic. So that's how that's gonna crumble. I might even just put that at a slight angle. I don't know. The plan in the future is to take the other piece of this bar and buy another bolt system and just weld some stuff together and maybe do another one right here behind it. And that way I've got something solid that I could brace. I could brace something in between the two of them, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. That's futuristic talk. Either way, there you go. I'll see if I can get a video of it with my radio hanging there, but that seems pretty solid. All right, guys, here we are. We're locked down. That thing ain't going nowhere. Where's that going? Nowhere. I've got 4 screws holding it into that bar. Probably hold my weight, but just to be safe, I'm not gonna put my weight on it. I don't have the radio wired up. I actually redid all my wiring under the hood. But in the meantime, yes, you could paint this. You could make it look prettier. You can make it straighter, whatever. It'll get the job done. And once I get another one in here, probably in this general location area, then I could start mounting a rifle or something up there. What I'll probably do is take this mesh down because it was one of those things that was given to me that I don't really use. And put another one up here, and then just put some braces with tie downs in between this one and the one I put over here. I just reach up over, put a rifle up top, strap it down. It'll be nice and secure, and have something that's out of my way but I have quick access to. But anyways, I'm sure you could find a way to do it even if you don't take all the padding off your roll bar. I took all the padding off of mine because that's how I roll. You know, I like getting concussions, I guess. Just kidding. But anyways, it was simple. I got the rod a long time ago, so it's something I had lying around. I bought that bolt. That bolt actually goes in like that far, so you could cut this a lot shorter. I believe I cut this at 45 inches is what it's at. So 45 inches, plus I got that long stud down there, 2 nuts in the washers, and then my own little C cups that I made left and right there. It's going nowhere. And now I've got a nice secure radio mount. Even got a little screw over there. We'll see how well that does if this thing starts bouncing around off-roading and stuff. Just one of the many things that I have done a DIY for, because these things typically go for $100 to $200. And yeah, they're intricate and they're cool and they're powder coated. I did this for 12 bucks, and that's in 2024, about to be 2025 money. 12 doll hairs. Yeah, I got a welder and stuff like that, but there's other ingenious ways you can get away without a welder. So stay tuned. I'm going to be building a box storage system in the back with slide out drawers, and it's going to be simple and DIY and made out of some 2x4s and plywood, and it's gonna be a little security box so I can lock up my tools. Every time you close the latch and lock it, you won't be able to have access to anything, and it's going to be simple. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys liked it. That's a 1-inch square aluminum tube that I got from Ace Hardware, or you can get it from Lowe's, wherever, it doesn't matter. Appreciate it.